Powerland is an amusement park located in Kohava, Finland, and is one of Finland's biggest amusement parks, and is a park in Europe that seems to really be under the radar given its pretty decent size and coaster collection. In this video, we're going to talk about why that could be, and really go into depth about the park, its coasters, and how it all came about. Starting things off with the coasters, the park is home to 7 different roller coasters, which for a European perspective is actually quite a bit. Now let's discuss each of these coasters. Starting off with the park's most recent coaster, Pitch Special, a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster that opened in June of 2020 and features a height of 142 feet and speeds of up to 62 miles per hour. Pitch Special really features a more interesting layout than the other Gerstlauer Infinities in operation. Unlike most, it does not have a beyond vertical drop or any inversions and has a lot of spread out turns. However, the most notable element on the coaster has to be the strange tower-like element after the first drop. When this coaster was being built, there was a lot of talk going on that it would duel the park's other Gerstlauer Infinity, after pictures showed it was being built right next to it, but was later found out to be a whole separate project of its own. Next is the coaster's second Gerstlauer Infinity coaster, Junker, which opened in May of 2015 and stands at a height of 131 feet, with speeds reaching up to 64 miles per hour. Now, I'm sure many could argue that Junker is the better of the two Gerstlauer Infinities at the park because it definitely appears to have a stronger layout than Pitch Special, as Junker features a launch that accelerates from 0 to 64 miles per hour in just 1.9 seconds, as well as a few inversions thrown in there. The coaster even features a tunnel under the pond it sits over. Thunderbird is the park's wooden coaster and was built by the well-known Great Coasters International, or GCI, and opened in April of 2006. Thunderbird has a height of 82 feet and speeds of up to 48 miles per hour, making it one of the smaller GCIs. Thunderbird has a couple other GCIs cloned after it, those being American Thunder at Six Flags St. Louis, and an unknown one opening at Fantasy Valley in China next year in 2022. Now, I've ridden American Thunder at Six Flags St. Louis, and I personally found it to be a pretty fun ride. I would assume Thunderbird is no different and most likely delivers a fun ride experience just like its clone over here in the US. Something else I really admire about Thunderbird is its really unique waterfall that sits in the ride's entrance plaza. It really adds to the detail and aesthetic of the rides. A little fun fact, Thunderbird's even the furthest wooden coaster in the furthest north wooden coaster in the world, in case you were wondering. Cobra is the park's Vekoma boomerang, which debuted in 2005. Cobra does not feature your average Vekoma boomerang trains, but instead features Vekoma's new MK 1211 open-sided trains, and is the first and only boomerang to use them. Joyride is an L&T Systems compact coaster that opened in 2003 and has a height of 52 feet. The coaster even added virtual reality goggles to the ride in 2017 as an upcharge, but it is unknown if that is still used or not. The park also has a Fabry spinning coaster known as Neo's Twister, which debuted in 2011. Lastly, the park has a Zamperla kiddie coaster called Mine Train, which opened in June of 2007. Now, switching things over to the park, Powerland opened in 2002 and is part of the Power Park Resort, a resort that features go-karting, mini golf, and more. Powerland is an independently owned amusement park, however. Powerland as a whole seems to have a really nice and peaceful atmosphere based off the pictures and videos I've seen of the place, as well as reports on people who visited. If you want to hear a full review from someone who has visited the park, then I suggest you go subscribe to Canopy Coaster. Link to his channel will be in the description below. Now, to wrap things up, I think Powerland looks like a really underrated and awesome park, and is definitely forgotten and not talked enough about. I believe the reason why is because when people think of European parks, they're going to think of the more well-known ones like Phantasialand, Alton Towers, Walibi Holland, etc. And a lot of it probably has to do with the park's location. You know, it's in the middle of nowhere, away from any big cities, and there really aren't a ton of other coasters or notable parks in Finland really as a whole, besides Linnamäki and Sarkaniemi, but those are all really far away. Well, that does it for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Forgotten and Forlorn Parks. And episode 5 will be coming out pretty soon, and hope you guys watch it. Bye.